I think this series has 7 all over it. Now, if you get swept in L.A., then who knows? Then Katie
Come
barred
after it the hard way. Wouldn't be
Dang,
if Kawhi Leonard doesn't learn how to miss a shot, we might not win
Well,
another game.
To me, there's a lot of things to read between the lines with the Nuggets that we could get into today. You actually said something about it yesterday. I didn't think Gordon looked healthy. And I remember game 1, he came out and just pounded on Kawhi early. And Kawhi had a good game, but it wasn't one of those, drop your drawers 39-point games. And I thought Aaron was he looked a little beat up in that game.
Well, can I get you just a pinch conspiracy theory on that? It's my own conspiracy theory. Jamal was definitely sick. And he comes out in a double sleeve sort of outfit, and then he changed it at halftime to a short sleeve.
Put an extra layer on.
Well, he took the long sleeve off, and then he went with arm sleeves and a short sleeve shirt. So it was a little different of a look. It's the same concept, though. And afterwards, in the press conference that he did, I was like, oh, my God, this guy he looks pale. He looks, sullen. He looks sick. He literally looks sick. Aaron Gordon, I was there Sunday, and Aaron Gordon, I told you, he was like, what's going on here, man? He's just like.
He looked beat up.
He looked beat up.
He played great.
Then Joker last night, he comes out, and he's like, like clearing his throat, and he's raspy. Now, he might just be yelling a bunch in the game and just a little tired. But I'm sitting there, I'm like, wait a second. Is there something like going on in the locker room right now?
And
not
only that with Joker, just in terms of there's some illness or something. Hey man, he puts that sleeve on at halftime and he struggles shooting his free throws. And I don't know if you guys noticed, it was a double sleeve, which I found interesting. It wasn't just like a single sleeve for compression. It was like, hey, I need to double up the compression on this arm. He had that gray one underneath the white one. And it's hard to imagine that didn't play a huge factor in those missed free throws.
And let's just say, of course, Michael Porter Jr., and who's that dude that jumped on him there?
Dunn,
yeah. That is something out of the Scott Hastings era, and ain't no doubt about it. You see an opportunity to land on a guy, like in football terms, touch a guy, right? Like, that opportunity's there, you take advantage of it. But that is old school,
dude,
scrabble basketball.
But that's why I couldn't take my eyes off that basketball game, because there was stuff like that going on the entire freaking game.
Well, I Jamal is great friends with Volkanovski, who's the MMA guy from Australia. He's really tight with him. I thought him and Norman were going to get into it. I thought Jamal was about to hip toss him, and I think Jamal could have.
He could have.
Jamal has the MMA skills to do that. He said everything was cool and we're buddies and it's just competing, whatever. But it got to that nature. I mean, we almost got 5 for fighting last night in the Nuggets with Christian stepping up and everything else going on. Let me tell you, it was like with Kawhi Leonard and Jamal, Kawhi on defense, it was like jail house rules basketball out there. I mean, it was physical, really physical.
Well, and I said this on the broadcast, I blame Mark Davis. When the little skirmish happened on the far side, the play started on the other side in front of the Clipper bench, and Norman just took 2 hands and shoved Jamal in the chest with 2 hands.
Yeah.
And it was right in front of Mark Davis. You call that foul right there, you don't have the scuffle.
Mm-hmm.
And you just let that go. So Jamal came over. Now he's got to come up too close because he's coming full speed to catch him because Norman's your best three-point shooter. You get back on him, and now you're too close, makes a move. So he just grabs him. Fouls right here.
Just a little hard.
And Norman tried to jump, like probably accentuated, and Murray just picked him up, held him on his shoulder. And I started thinking about it as in sports, I'll just say pro sports, but probably all sports for guys. When you feel you just got manhandled, that hacks you off.
Of course.
And Norman got manhandled. He couldn't take it. But Jamal just held him. That's a foul. Set him down. Walked away, hands up. I'm not doing any of this. And then, Norman comes get on him. So, Christian, do what you should do. Try to get in between them and just say, hey, he's got his hand in there. And then Dunn comes out of everywhere and blasts Christian. I don't know why Christian would get a technical. He didn't do anything.
Well, if you got a guy who's going to give it up for the team, Dunn would be your man. That's his role, I guess. And he jumps on MPJ in the locker room afterwards. Not only is he going around like apologizing to everybody, which is unnecessary. Jokic pointed that out. And you want to talk about all the moments? Christian missed a J. Jokic had 7 turnovers. I mean, you want to keep going through free throws? We can talk about it. So MPJ, listen, it wasn't great timing. You don't like to turn the ball over with the game tied and a minute and a half to go. But there's a lot of time left.
Is it even that much time left?
There's like a minute and a half.
I don't think it was that much time
We can
left.
go back and look at it. There was some time. I believe so.
I don't know how sick Jabal was after the game, but I certainly wouldn't have known it watching it. I mean, I love ticked off Jabal. That's the Jamal Murray that we all fall in love with, and he was great. He was great almost the entirety of the game. I loved that version of him. So if he was sick, it certainly didn't show up on the court.
Did you like the version of Michael Porter Jr. with 15 rebounds and 15 points?
I liked a lot of it. Yeah.
Most of it?
Yeah.
It's a better version of it, that's for sure.
Yeah, and he was working those boards hard, and he almost had 2 or 3 more tip-ins that he just couldn't quite get in there.
Well, now he's got a shoulder joint that's out of place, hurting him. We're finding out like his brace for his foot hasn't been working, broke, and they haven't been able to fix one right. He just ain't right. So if and I'm talking to Coach Sanford here, and he's like, oh, the Nuggets look old, and I'm like, I don't know if they look old as much as they're beat up a little bit right now. They're beat up. They're a little bit sick. And every game in this series is going to come down to the wire. And as great as Kawhi Leonard was, and that dude was sick, they only scored 105 points, fellas.
Right.
Okay? So let's not, put the juggernaut hat on them quite yet. Yes, Kawhi was unbelievable. Harden's pretty incredible.
Kawhi made so many contested shots that looked like they were extremely difficult situations that were just pure net. Like, good Lord, could you at least make it look like it's hard?
It all added up to 105 points, though, after scoring, 100 and... How much did they get the night before? 102? Something like that? Whatever it was. On a lot of hands, you could say the Nuggets played pretty well.
Hey, make a few more free throws, you win the game.
Hey, 20 turnovers. How about 15 turnovers? You win the game.
21 points off turnovers. You had 11 the game before, so you almost doubled that, and you missed 8 free throws, and you're in a 3-point game.
Emotionally, though, I think it's tough. We'll give you the stats about when this happened last in 2008 for the Nuggets and the Avs in just a second. And we'll dig into the Avalanche as well, who are due to arrive at Signature Airport here in the next 15 minutes or so. So whatever news we have, because we need to get into the Gabe Landeskog. Boy, talk about needing some X-Files music and conspiracy music for Gabe Landeskog. So if you're emotionally run down today, I get it. Something like this hasn't happened for Avs and Nuggets fans since 2008.